about what is going to happen during the World Cup, what is going to transpire in the World Cup, and who is possibly or who is going to even carry the World Cup to their country. And today we are going to look at the draw, the possible draw, and also look at the team that is likely to even advance to the final or the semi-final. But before we even go into that, let's look at the teams that has qualified for the 2026 World Cup. So when you come to the 2026 World Cup, there are a lot of teams that have qualified. 43 good teams has qualified for the 2026 World Cup. So we have Canada, Mexico, USA, Ghana, Nigeria. No, Nigeria has not qualified. Ghana, Japan, New Zealand, Iran, Argentina, Korea, Republic, Jordan, Australia, Ecuador, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Colombia. There are a lot of teams that has already qualified. Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria. I mentioned Ghana already, and I know Ghana is going to carry the day. Ghana is going to bring the World Cup home. Ghana is going to make the nation Ghana very proud. Cape Verde, South Africa. South Africa too is one of the teams we should be looking at in the World Cup. When you look at South Africa, their team is very solid. When you come to Africa, South Africa is one of the teams that we should be looking at in the World Cup. They can even make it to the final or even the semi-final. Yes, mark this, South Africa is likely to make it to the final or the semi-final. So Qatar too have qualified, and I think Qatar, this is the first or second time Qatar is qualifying to the World Cup, 2026 World Cup. So it's not easy. England too, England, when we come to England, they have some young guys, and I think my guy here knows some of the players in England that will worry in the World Cup. So
England is one of the teams that I think can win the World Cup because they have all the players, the potential. Something like when it goes to midfielders, they have the best midfielders apart from Brazil, Argentina, then this Ronaldo country, Portugal,
yeah.
one of the best countries that has midfielders. But when it comes to England, they have Declan Rice, and then they have in the likes of Kopama and then Jude Bellingham. They are one of the best players that you can talk when it goes to Europe. Europe, like this, Jude Bellingham is one of the key players that when you go to Madrid, you can't bench him and then start anybody. So England, they have the potential of winning the World Cup. So it's one of the countries that you have to watch out.
Wow. So
they are very hungry for it. They are very, very, very hungry for it. Since John Terry and then Lampard, they tried to win, but they couldn't.
Wow.
So England is one of the countries that you have to watch out.
Wow. There's one team that people have also been talking about, that is Senegal. When we come to Africa, people are saying Senegal is likely to make it to the semi-final. What do you think?
No. Senegal is, we Africans, we always want our African countries to do better than they go outside. But then Senegal is a very strong team. They have the potential. They have people like Sarr, Mane. Yes, we all know that Mane is a very good player, and then he carries his country. When they have the numbers, the people that can push to get it. But then when it comes to the countries that has qualified in Africa to go and fight for the World Cup, I think Morocco is one of the countries that can even go for it.
Yes. Even I can remember the last World Cup, they made it to the semi-finals.
Because of Morocco that they added one spot to Africa. The numbers was this time we are, I think 9 countries, right?
Yes, 9
and
countries.
We used to be 8, but because of Morocco, how they performed the last 4 years, that they've added. So Morocco is one of the countries that we have to watch out.
Big ups to Morocco, and then also Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire have also qualified to the World Cup, and looking at our neighbors.
Cote d'Ivoire. If we talk about football, the African, we have that player, we have the talent. But I don't know why our players, when we go to when it comes to representing our country and then we go to Europe, you don't see that potential. You see, something like Ghana here, we have the players. Look at someone like Semenyo. When Semenyo go to Bournemouth, how he plays is different from
always
when he comes to Ghana. Yes, he's always starving to get the ball and score and get the numbers. But when it comes to his country, we don't see that performance. You see. But then when you talk about Côte d'Ivoire, since DJ Drogba, their time, they have been performing. Even our last African Cup that we could have won, that Ghana against Côte d'Ivoire, they took it from us, penalties. So you can see that they are very good. They are very, very good when it comes to football. So they are one of the countries that we should watch out for this.
And then also Saudi Arabia. People are saying that Saudi Arabia is not a football country. What do you think about that? And they have also qualified to the World Cup.
See, I respect people's opinion about them saying Saudi Arabia is not a football country. Of course, it wasn't, but now they are trying to build it so that they are investing in it.
Yes.
You can see that last 2024, that was last 4 years World Cup. They scored Argentina. Their first match against Argentina, they scored Argentina. But lately, Argentina went and won the World Cup. That means they are hungry. They are doing well to make it. The people's opinion about it that they are not a football country. They are trying to prove people. So I think Saudi Arabia too. They are very good.
Even looking at the investment, the kind of investment they have done in their football, Charlie, it's not easy. Bringing Ronaldo, Mendy, and then Charlie, it's not easy.
And the salary they are taking, if you want to make something a major thing, we need to invest.
Yes.
And that's what they are willing to do it.
They are investing
they are willing
a lot.
to do it. Very willing to do it.
And then also France too, Charlie, they have qualified.
If I'm to take my top 3 countries that can win the World Cup, I will select France will probably be top 2.
One of them.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because I would, for me, football, I'm a football fan, and then I would love Ronaldo to pick the World Cup. Although my country has qualified, but then I would love Ronaldo to pick the World Cup just because of, if you're a football fan, you love, basis, argument, how fans argue with the other, this one is a good, and then because of those things, I would love Ronaldo to pick the World. So I would definitely put Portugal, and then I'll put France, and then England and Ronaldo.
Wow. And then also Croatia to have been able to qualify for the World Cup, and I think this should be their 4th or 5th times of even qualifying to the World Cup. Yes. So what do you think about Croatia?
Luka Modric, and then they have been very, very good. And that time they used to have this Barcelona player. They have the players, but then Luka Modric has been carrying them when they are so that was last 4 years World Cup. They did very, very well. I think it's France that eliminated them from the distance, but they did very, very well. So they are one of the countries that.
You made mention of Portugal, and Portugal beat Armenia 9-1 to qualify for the World Cup.
Yes.
So what do you think about Portugal? Let's go back to Portugal.
See, the reason why Portugal, I think they are very, very good. They have players. When it comes to midfield, I think the whole world, Portugal holds the best midfielders duo. Apart from England, I would say England, they have best midfielders, but then they don't have that duo. You see, you have this Portugal, they have João Neves, and then they have this Vitinha. You can see very well that last year Vitinha carried PSG on his shoulder.
Yes.
They won everything, apart from my team that beat them 3-0, and then they took the club World Cup from them. But you can see the last season they took everything, and then you can see if you watch PSG game last season very carefully, you will notice that Vitinha carried them on their shoulder throughout. So I think Portugal have the players. Ronaldo is a very good player.
Yeah.
He's a GOAT. Not that he's the definition of football.
He's a good.
Very, very, very.
When it comes to
smart, yes. So I think Portugal will win it.
Norway too is back in the World Cup since 1998. They have qualified again to join the big boys in 2026 World Cup. So what do you think? Can Norway do something?
I've been watching the qualification and then I think they did well. One bigger team countries there, but I think Norway will be to say they will pick the World Cup.
Very difficult.
To be very for them. But then football is football.
Also, no, this is Germany. Germany were in 2018 World Cup and 2022 World Cup. They have qualified again after beating Slovakia 6-0 to qualify. So what do you think?
Well, Germany, they are apart from Brazil, Germany, I think Germany is Brazil and Germany. So those people, it won't shock me if Germany carry the World Cup. But then I think there are countries that have centuries. I think there are countries that have better players than Germany. But then it won't be shocking if Germany win.
Netherlands. The Netherlands are back again.
Our Ghanaian brothers.
Yes, they are back again in the 2026 World Cup. So what do you think?
Netherlands, mostly Jose Mourinho said something about football that if you want to win trophies, then you need to have defenders. Yes. So Netherlands today are very good. They have the best defenders in the world. Someone like Van Dijk, Dumfries, Timber, and then Timber, that Arsenal Timber. They have two Timbers, and then I'm talking about both of them are from Netherlands, but I'm talking about the Arsenal Timber, and he's not even a starter at Netherlands. So you look at the defenders they have, and then you see when you're about football, when your back is very solid, it's difficult for you to be conceding. And they have a good keeper, a very good keeper. So I think Netherlands can do very well because they have the players. And Frankie de Jong is also from Netherlands, and that guy, Barcelona, he really is a threat. He's a threat. So I think Netherlands is a very good side.
Australia too is back to the World Cup again. And looking at the Australia side, actually they drew their last game against Bosnia to qualify for the World Cup. Forgive me if I don't pronounce the names well, because I'm a Ghanaian. So if I don't pronounce the names well, please forgive me. So they beat them to qualify for the World Cup. So what do you think about Australia? Will they make difference in the World Cup, 2026 World Cup?
See, one thing about football, you see, mostly you pick your favorite and then lastly you end up, and then maybe your favorite would not pick. But in Australia, they are very good, and then I think they are the type of country that they have the passion for football, but then they don't have the results. The results, they qualify, but then mostly the results doesn't come, but they have the passion for the game. So I really like countries that like to put up their effort. Mostly they like to fight. Someone like Cape Verde, yes, they fought for it, and then they had it. Definitely, if you want something, you go for it.
Because if you are in a group with Nigeria, then it's not easy.
Able to qualify.
It's not easy.
Yes. So I think they are a very good side.
And then Belgium is also here in the World Cup.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that was the last World Cup they were fourth, right?
Yeah.
I think yes. Eden Hazard, that time Eden Hazard was at his prime. He played very well, very well. And then they carry him. But then they have players. Someone like Duku, and then one of the best keepers.
That Duku guy, I think the name sounds like a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
Challenge Duku, make you come back home.
Most of the players outside the Africans, but then we have best keeper that is Courtois, and they have the players.
They have the players for that one. Sure.
So I think they are also a good side.
And
one thing about these countries, you see, apart from few of the countries that doesn't have the top players, but then most of them, I think
they also have the experience.
They have the experience.
Some of them have been to the World Cup so many times.
So they have the experience.
Some of them are even in Europe playing, and challenge is not easy. And then also Scotland. Scotland has also qualified for the World Cup, and they also secured their first World Cup return since 1998.
I think their qualification, I wasn't able to watch their matches.
Even they defeated Denmark
I'm aware.
4-2
Yes.
to qualify for the World Cup.
I wasn't able to watch their match. I was busy watching the Brazil match. But then I watched the highlight of McTominay. He scored a very wonderful goal to send his country.
I think it's a bicycle kick.
That he even jumped higher than, I think it was even higher than Ronaldo bicycle kick back against Juventus.
Wow.
So I think that guy even won Player of the Year of for Serie A. So he's very good, and then I think they will perform. Yes, let's see.
Inaki, Pedri, Yamal, and Co. They have also qualified. I'm talking about Spain.
You know, those
They are also.
you see Spain, when you say they, no, it's like the qualification. There are some people that they
And I
just
think
add them to
They struggle before qualifying.
Spain.
Yeah, I think
they didn't struggle.
they do struggle.
Yes, they just had all street. They won all their matches and
Wow.
they even had clinch.
Wow.
Spain and then England didn't concede a goal through their qualification.
Wow.
So this is, as for Spain, that's one. Even I think AI is one of the favorite. So they have the players, and
Yeah, they have all
if
the
you go to
players.
their left back like this, they have bunch. Someone like Marco Kurela, Carles, and then they have Baldi. Then they even have another player. I've forgotten his name. So who are you going to?
I think even them, if they are going to form 4 different teams, they will be able to form and then
they have yes.
play well in the World Cup.
Yes, they have
They have a lot of players. And will Yamal make difference in this World Cup?
Always, he has been performing always. So that guy, he's a threat. But then let's see how it goes. Yes, he's very good. But I wouldn't. No, I'm a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. So he likes to talk and then he doesn't show. Whenever he brag about something, I want him to
prove
able
himself.
to prove it. But mostly when he brags, he doesn't prove it. So he's good. He's a good player. But then let's see how it goes.
And Pedri to be in the midfield. Do you think Pedri will make difference?
No, they've been calling Pedri midfield best midfielder in the world right now. I think he's a very, very, very good player. I think if they say I should pick my top midfielders right now, I will pick Pedri, I'll pick Cancelo, I'll pick Jude Bellingham, I'll pick Vitina. I'm not arranging them. But then he's one of the top midfielders that they get.